Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay, let's see today's LeetCode problem. So let's read the problem. So minimum difference between the highest and lowest scores of k squares. Okay, so इसमें क्या बोल रहा? So you are given a zero based integer array nums where nums of I is represents the score of the ith students. So हमको एक nums array दिया गया है. So each ith index represent करता है square of the ith student. So we need to pick the squares of any k students. We need to pick any squares of k students. So हमको we need to pick k elements from this array so that the difference between the highest and the lowest of the k squares is minimized. Okay, so क्या बोल रहा? So we need to pick the k squares from this array nums array, and so that highest and the lowest in those squares. So for example, if we k is equals to 2, if we need to pick the two elements from this array. Like we can pick a or b, or we can pick a or c, or we can pick a or d, or we can pick any pair. Like we need to pick two elements from this array. So their difference should be minimized. So a minus b अगर हमने किया है, it should be minimized. Okay, so अगर हम मान लो कि let's say the constraints. So constraints में क्या दिया गया है? Nums dot length is less than or equals to 1000. Okay, and nums of I is less than or equals to 10 to the power of 5. Okay, yeah. Now let's see this example. Let's understand this problem with the example. We have given nums is equals to 9, 4, 1, 7. So and k is equals to 2. So we have to pick two elements from this nums array. So उसका difference आके minimum होना चाहिए. So let's see if we pick randomly like 9, 4. इसका difference क्या होता है? 9 minus 4, which is equals to 5. Okay. Or let's pick another element which is 9, 1. इसका difference होता है 9 minus 1, which is 8. Or let's another one 9, 7. इसका difference होता है 9 minus 7, which is equals to 2. Which is the minimum between them? So 2 is the minimum difference. So how did we find this one? So हम pairs बना रहे randomly, like we are generating the pairs, and so here it is not about the pair, it is about the k elements. Like if k is equals to 3, we need to select the 3 elements from the list, and we have to choose between the we need to find the highest element and lowest element in that window. So इससे कौन सा पैटर्न हमको पता चलता है? So we need to select the sliding window algorithm. Okay, so we need to choose the sliding window algorithm. Okay, so sliding window में हमको करने लिए यहाँ पे मान लो अगर अरे सॉर्टेड नहीं है, राइट? अगर अरे सॉर्टेड नहीं है, करंटली अरे इज नॉट सॉर्टेड. सो इफ वी पिक लाइक 2 का इन विंडो में ट्रैवर्स करता है. 9, 4 में एक विंडो होता है, 4 to 1 एक विंडो होता है, 1 to 7 एक विंडो होता है, राइट? इन विंडो में इफ वी गो लाइक दिस, सो वी कैनॉट अचीव द मिनिमम डिफरेंस. व्हाई? बिकॉज हमको मिनिमम डिफरेंस फाइंड करने के लिए, so if we have a largest element, if we remove the smallest element, we will eventually get the maximum difference, not the minimum difference, right? So if we remove the largest element from the second largest element, then we will get the minimum difference. We will get the, in this scenario, we will get the minimum difference. So for that reason, so how we can see the how we can select the largest and second largest like this? So we need to sort the array for that. So if we sort the array, So in this example, if we start there, we are going to get 1, 4, 7, 9, right? So in this scenario, and k is equals to 2. So for first, we will select in this window what is the maximum and what is the minimum one. Maximum one is 4 and minimum one is 1, which is equals to 3. And next scenario, this is the next window, which is 7. Maximum is 7 and minimum is 4, which is 3 again. And then in the next window, what is the maximum is 9, minimum is 7. So the difference is 2. So if we select the minimum among these, all the differences, which is 2, right? Okay, let's pick another example. Okay, 9, 3, 5, 2, 10, 7. Okay, let's pick a, and given k is equals to 3, right? Okay, let's do it right hand for this one. So let's sort these elements. Okay, which is going to 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 10, right? So and k is equals to 3 here. So let's traverse the array in a sliding window manner. So let's pick these 3 first, right? So what is the maximum element here? 5. What is the minimum element here? It is 2. Difference is 3. Let's increase the index to here. So now what is the next window? This is the our next window. So what is the maximum element in this window is 7. What is the minimum window is 3. What is the difference? Which is 7 minus 3 is 4. Next, increase the I, and what is the next window? 5, 7, 9 is the next window. What is the maximum element in this one? 9. Minimum element is 5. The difference is 4. Okay. Let's check this one. Maximum element is 10. Minimum element is 7. And the difference is 3. So, in these differences, what is the minimum difference? 3. So, the answer is 3. Right? I hope you got the intuition. Now let's pause the video and code it yourself. I'm going to write the pseudocode here. So the code will be, so first thing is we need to sort the nums array. Then second thing is we have to traverse the array from left to right with a window of k, right? So and we need a minimum difference or difference element to track the minimum among all the windows on the window differences. So let's traverse the array from I is equals to 0 to, so here in the array we cannot go till here because we cannot go to last element because there is no we cannot form a window from the last element. So we only need to traverse till here if k is equals to 2. If k is equal to 3, we need to traverse till here, right? Like this. We will traverse I is equals to 0 and I should be less than I plus k minus 1. I plus k minus 1. I should be less than n. Okay. So if we go till I plus k, then only we are able to form the array. Okay. So what we have to do, first we will find the difference between the minimum and maximum in the array. So currently, for example, if we are at I and I is 0 is less than 0 plus k is 2 minus 1, which is 0 plus 2 minus 1 is equals to 1. So 1 is less than n. That's true. So 0 and 1. This is our first window. So how we can choose the maximum element? The last element in the window is the maximum and minimum element in the window is the minimum. So nums of I plus k minus 1 is the maximum element and nums of I is the minimum element. Okay. So let's update the max difference. Max difference is equals to minimum of difference gamma max difference. So we'll update the max difference. So once it is done, we will return the minimum difference. Sorry, this is the minimum difference. This is also minimum difference. Okay, now let's do a dry run with this code. Okay, maybe 9 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7. Okay, so we need to sort the array. So if we sort, it becomes this. So first minimum difference is 0 and I is equals to 0 and k is equals to 2, right? So what is the condition? I plus k minus 1 should be less than n. What is n? N is equals to 4. So I plus 0 plus k is 2 minus 1 which is equals to 1 less than 4 which is true. So we'll enter into the loop. Difference is nums of I minus 1 which is 1, right? Nums of 1 minus nums of I is equals to 0 which is equals to 0 1 2 3 1 minus 0 which is 5 minus 3 which is 2, right? So minimum is, let's update the minimum difference which is equals to 2, right? And then in the next scenario I is equals to 1. Here the condition is what this will happen, 0 I is equals to 1 plus k is equals to 2 minus 1. So it would be 2. 2 is less than 4. Since it is true, now nums of what is, it is 2. 2 minus nums of 1 which is equals to 7 minus 5 which is also 2. In the next scenario, when I is equals to 2, so what we will have, which is nums of 3, right? Which is 9 minus 7 which would be 2 again. So we got all 2 comma 2 comma 2 as a differences, which is the minimum among them, which is also 2. So return the 2 as an answer. Okay, now I will attach the code at the end. Please check the code, and before that you have to try it yourself, so then only you will be able to get the answer. Okay, yeah, thank you for watching my video, and please do like and subscribe if you like the channel, if you like the content. Thank you.